to talk about it. So come on out here, Dan Nitro Club.
Good to meet you.
Totally remember you from American Gladiator.
I totally remember you from America's Next Top Model.
Oh, very cool. Love the tie-in. So you had this drive. You wanted to use these steroids. What drove you to want to use them in the first place?
I was injured my freshman year in college, and I saw my dream just evaporate in a second. And I wasn't.
Your dream of?
My dream of being a pro football player.
Okay.
So that was my initial use into steroids. But I think anytime you talk about steroids and you talk about addiction, I think you have to go a little deeper. And I think you have to look at the stereotypes, Tyra, that we put on young boys and young girls.
Yeah.
You know, when I was 5 years old, my parents got divorced. My dad got me and my brother. My mom got my sister. And we were boarding a plane with my father to leave. And I remember looking through the window, and I saw my mother and my sister there, and our family was being torn apart. And I was just weeping and weeping and crying. I was inconsolable. I remember there's a guy in the aisle who said to me, he said, "Hey, look," he said, "big boys don't cry." And I was like, "What?" Then he said, "Flex your muscle."
Wow.
And I flexed, and this little bud came up, and he squeezed it, and he said, "Look, you're a big boy, and big boys don't cry." I never forgot that. And then when I was 10, my brother died in a tragic accident.
Sorry.
He died in my arms. You know, it was just him and I. We were on the roof playing like Bruce Lee. He kicked electrical wire, fell back into my arms, and
electrocuted.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that statement, you know, big boys don't cry, stayed with me. Even when my own brother died in my arms, I didn't cry.
Wow.
You know, I had to build this body. You know, I had to do these things to be strong.
And you know, the things that you are speaking about to me remind me of women. Women with body image issues. Women are told so many different things as little girls all the way to adulthood, and they develop different types of addictions, whether it's overeating or undereating, anorexia, bulimia, chronic exercising, so many different things because of the pressures. But I want to talk about sex with you because I know that you...
I was hoping. I was hoping, Tyra. Wow.
I know that you were in an intimate relationship with a female bodybuilder, and when you became intimate with this woman, she took her pants down, and you saw something that shocked the heck out of you, and it was more startling than some man breasts. And we're going to talk about that. We'll be right back. He was addicted to steroids when he was appearing on the hit show American Gladiators, and as scary as his side effects were, Dan wasn't alone in using steroids. The Mayo Clinic reports that close to 3 million people are using illegal steroids. I wanted to ask you about this female bodybuilder. So you guys were dating, and then it was time to be intimate. And then she, undressed?
Yeah, we had been dating for a few weeks, and as we were getting to that point, you know, she started asking me a lot of questions, Tyra. You know, I'm like, you know, about steroid use, about side effects, and my first thought was like, oh, she must be like a reporter or something.
Yeah.
You're asking too many questions. But then as we went on, she was like, I could see a sadness come across her. And then when we got right to that moment, and she said, the reason I'm asking you so many questions is because I took steroids too, and I had a side effect. And then when she took her
underwear down.
Yeah, her woohoo had grown. I don't know how else to say it.
I think I can say this medically, and if not, I will get beeped. Her clitoris, which is a part of a woman's body, I don't know why I shouldn't be able to say that on TV, but if I'm not supposed to say it, they would have just beeped. But the pleasure part of her female anatomy had grown to the size of a small male penis.
Yes. Yes. And you know, it was interesting and it was strange, but it was weird because we were like two broken people.
Yeah.
You know, we were like joined together in that moment. And
was that weird being intimate with her having a body part that was similar to yours? You know what's interesting is she had a body part similar to yours, and you had body parts similar to her.
Yeah, it was.
Do you know what I'm saying with your top?
We're all broken. You know, we're all broken people, and I think, you know, my lifetime is trying to become whole again.
Yeah.
And
well, you're doing that by telling your story, first of all.
Oh, thank
because
you.
You're telling so many kids that just think, oh, it's just a little something, I'm just doing it and I'll be able to stop.
Yeah.
You're showing them the truth.
You know what the saddest thing about that girl, and why she wept, is because the steroid use took away from her the ability to have children.
Wow.